Have you ever wondered why some people just can't seem to move on from certain situations or experiences? Today, we are setting the stage for a fascinating exploration into the human psyche, specifically focusing on a trait that you may have encountered, but perhaps not fully understood: narcissism. Narcissism, as some of you may know, is more than just an inflated sense of self-importance or an insatiable craving for attention. It's a complex and multifaceted personality disorder that can influence how a person perceives themselves, interacts with others, and processes their experiences. Some common traits associated with narcissism include a grandiose sense of self-importance, a preoccupation with fantasies of unlimited success or power, a belief that they are special and should only associate with other high-status individuals, a need for excessive admiration, a sense of entitlement, and a lack of empathy. But why is understanding narcissism so crucial? Well, because it plays a significant role in shaping our interactions and relationships. Narcissistic individuals can be challenging to deal with, as they often have a distorted perception of reality, are resistant to criticism, and can be manipulative to maintain their self-image. Understanding narcissism can help us recognize these patterns of behavior and navigate them more effectively. Moreover, the impact of narcissism extends beyond the individual. It can affect their families, their friends, their co-workers, and even the broader society. The ripple effects of a single narcissistic personality can be far-reaching and profound. Now, you might be thinking, okay, I get what narcissism is, but what does it have to do with not being able to move on from certain situations? Well, that's precisely what we're going to explore. Narcissists often struggle with specific issues that they can't seem to get past. They tend to obsess over these issues, unable to let them go, and this can have a significant impact on their behavior and relationships. Today, we delve into the intriguing world of narcissism, specifically the 4 things narcissists just can't seem to get over. Stay tuned as we unravel this complex mystery and shed light on the enigma that is narcissism. First on our list is control, a crucial aspect narcissists struggle to let go. When we delve into the psyche of a narcissist, we find an intense need for control. This need for control isn't just a desire, it's a compulsion. Narcissists, you see, have an insatiable urge to govern not only their own lives but also the lives of those around them. They are the puppet masters and they want to pull all the strings. But why this obsession with control? Well, it's tied to their deep-seated insecurities. Despite their outward show of confidence, narcissists are often plagued by self-doubt and fear. They fear vulnerability, they fear being seen as less than perfect. So they use control as a shield, a way to protect themselves from these insecurities. Imagine walking on a tightrope high above the ground. You feel the wind pushing against you, threatening to tip you off balance. The rope beneath your feet is the only thing keeping you from falling. For narcissists, control is that rope. They cling to it, believing it's the only thing preventing them from plummeting into their own insecurities and fears. This control extends to people and situations. They feel the need to dictate the actions of others, to orchestrate situations to their liking. They want to be the directors of their own movie, and everyone else are just actors playing the parts they've assigned. But remember, this control is not about power for power's sake. It's about a desperate attempt to maintain a facade, to keep their insecurities locked away. It's about avoiding the vulnerability they dread so much. However, this relentless need for control often pushes people away, creating a vicious cycle. The more people resist their control, the more insecure they become, and the more they try to assert control. It's a never-ending loop that keeps them trapped in their own narcissistic bubble. So the first thing a narcissist can't get over is their relentless need for control. It's a compulsion driven by fear and insecurity, a compulsion that keeps them trapped in a cycle of their own making. Coming in at number 2 is their image. Narcissists, in essence, are image curators. They meticulously craft and polish a persona that is often seen as flawless, charismatic, and superior. This pretend self is not just a facade they show to the world, but it also serves as a protective armor shielding them from their deep-seated insecurities and feelings of inadequacy. The obsession with maintaining a perfect image is so deep-rooted that it often leads narcissists to a denial of their faults and mistakes. It's like they're living in a house of mirrors, reflecting only the best versions of themselves. This distorted self-perception makes it incredibly hard for them to accept criticism. Any attempt to puncture their bubble of self-importance is met with defensiveness, denial, or even outright aggression. But why is this so? Well, it's because any critique, however constructive, is seen as a direct attack on their carefully constructed self-image. It's akin to pointing out a chink in their armor. Their image is their ticket to admiration, respect, and dominance, the things they crave the most. Thus, they will defend it fiercely and without remorse. However, this obsession with image isn't without its drawbacks. It's a double-edged sword. On one hand, it can make them charismatic and magnetic, attracting people towards them. But on the other hand, it can make them come across as shallow, inauthentic, and untrustworthy. Moreover, this relentless pursuit of perfection often leaves them feeling empty and discontented. They're like hamsters on a wheel, forever chasing an ideal self that they can never truly attain. This constant striving and never arriving can lead to a cycle of frustration, anger, and dissatisfaction. Therefore, the second thing narcissists struggle to get over is their image. They are prisoners of their own perfection, shackled by the weight of their own expectations. Their obsession with image, while seemingly empowering, is actually a form of self-imposed bondage that prevents them from experiencing genuine self-acceptance and growth. Thirdly, we have rejection. This is a concept that is anathema to narcissists, a bitter pill that they struggle to swallow. The narcissist's relationship with rejection is a complex one, often leading to intense emotional responses that are difficult to comprehend, let alone predict. Narcissists view themselves as superior, often possessing a grandiose self-image. They see themselves as unique, special, deserving of admiration, and as a result, they generally expect to be accepted and adored by others. This is why rejection, whether it's from a romantic partner, a friend, or even a colleague, hits a narcissist hard. It's a direct contradiction to their inflated self-perception. This brings us to a term that's quite essential in understanding this dynamic: narcissistic injury. This term describes the pain or humiliation that narcissists feel when they're criticized or rejected. It's an emotional wound that cuts deep, often leading to a state of vulnerability that narcissists dread. Dealing with this injury, narcissists may react in a couple of ways. One is narcissistic rage, an intense, often uncontrollable anger, which is their way of defending their fragile self-esteem. This rage can manifest in various forms. It could be passive-aggressive behavior, outright aggression, or even destructive actions. On the other hand, some narcissists might withdraw completely. They might become emotionally distant, even silent, as they strive to protect their ego from further damage. It's a self-imposed isolation that serves as a shield against the outside world. In both scenarios, what we're seeing is a desperate attempt to cope with an unbearable feeling of rejection. It's an emotional turmoil that they can't easily shake off. Narcissists can't just get over rejection. It's a stain on their self-image, a blow to their ego, and a challenge to their sense of entitlement. Hence, the third thing a narcissist can't get over is rejection. Last but not least, we have their past. Narcissists, in all their complexity, have a unique relationship with their past. They often latch onto events that either feed their sense of superiority or bolster their claims of victimhood. The past becomes a treasure trove of ammunition to justify their actions or to manipulate others. Narcissists tend to remember events where they were the center of attention, the star of the show, or the undisputed victor. These memories are vital to their self-image, a constant reminder of their perceived greatness. They'll often recount these stories, embellishing details and bending the truth to cast themselves in the most favorable light. This selective recollection feeds their ego and reinforces their inflated self-perception. On the other hand, narcissists also hold on to memories where they've been wronged, slighted, or victimized. These instances are used as a shield, a way to deflect blame and responsibility. They're not at fault, they're the victims. You see, in the narcissist's world, they're never the villain. They use these moments of perceived injustice to evoke sympathy, or worse, to manipulate and control others. This attachment to the past can lead to a cycle of resentment and revenge. Narcissists rarely let go of grudges. They nurse their wounds, waiting for the perfect opportunity to settle the score. This can manifest in passive-aggressive behavior, outright hostility, or even elaborate schemes of revenge. However, it's crucial to remember that this is a distortion of reality. The narcissist's past is often a carefully curated version of events that serves their narrative. It's a mix of half-truths and exaggerations, victories blown out of proportion, and perceived slights that may not have been slights at all. Understanding this aspect of narcissism can be incredibly helpful when dealing with individuals who display such traits. It provides insight into their behavior and can help you navigate interactions with them more effectively. So the last thing a narcissist can't get over is their past. It's a powerful tool in their arsenal, a weapon they wield with precision and a burden they carry with a strange sense of pride. Thank you for joining us today on this deep dive into unmasking narcissism, the 4 things they can't get over. We hope that this video has shed light on the complexities of narcissism and given you tools to better understand and navigate these challenging relationships. If you found this content informative and helpful, please consider subscribing to our channel for more insightful videos. We'd also love to hear from you. If you feel comfortable, please share in the comments below how you've been affected by narcissism or how you've used the information in this video to improve your interactions. Your experiences and insights are valuable, and they can help others who are dealing with similar situations. Your engagement helps us create content that matters to you, so thank you for your support. Remember, knowledge is power, and together we can make a difference. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep growing.